Shout out to all of you who are still here. We got someone here who's trending us late by the name of Paul Lance. Feel free to check out his channel where he is basically on the left and he's literally going after his own kind, particularly people of his own race. And in this video, he really starts to cook. So let's see what he has to say about no more whitewashing and what America is really about.
This is who we've always been. The problem is that white people have their heads up their asses still. Too many of you still just don't want to accept what this is. So let me give you a history lesson of what this shithole country is. And if you don't like that, then you can ship your ass back to England with your head up your ass. Because you don't actually want to hear the history of America. So let me tell you.
One thing I'm going to have to disagree with you there is that a lot of people in England and Europe probably don't even want these kind of people. Because let's be honest, these were the kind of people that they kicked out. These were the kind of people that, for some reason, escaped their ultimate fate, or what should have been their fate, during either the Black Plague or one of these random ass wars that happened in Europe.
What this country is. When we as white people were too lazy to do our own jobs, we stole black people from
And just to let you all know, I'm not talking about all white people, I'm just talking about the maggots.
Africa on the Middle Passage. 1.2 million died.
Oh, what?
Sharks would follow the boats, waiting for the bodies. Then we kept them as fucking animals. Beat them, whipped them, put them in trees, fed them to fucking alligators. Burnt down their Wall Street.
Oh.
Then we put Asians in internment camps. Women couldn't even fucking vote or have rights or credit or no-fault divorce until the 80s. 1860s, the Supreme Court said black people weren't even citizens. And part of this country doesn't want to fucking hear that. I'm a patriot. You're a piece of shit.
I'd say more in part.
Is what you are. You're not a fucking patriot. You're a nationalist. You don't want to actually talk about American history. You want to
More like an ethno nationalist.
talk about white history.
Oh, yeah, and he's right about that, because quite frankly, for all of you who complain about the schools and what they aren't teaching, well, yeah, we can look at our youth and see how uneducated they are, and we can point the finger to them but so long, but let's just be honest, what are they really learning in school? Because if they're learning what I was subjected to learn for so many years, was I able to learn calculus and trigonometry and accounting and computer programming during K through 12? No, I had to wait till high school. But beforehand, I was taught all sorts of my whiteness and my white history and Christopher Columbus and the freaking founding fathers and all this other bull crap. Year after year after year after waste of freaking time. Waste of freaking time.
Which is why you don't want slavery in the Smithsonian.
Oh,
Because it offends your version of American exceptionalism. We are a shithole country. We're not even the greatest country in North America. And once again, if you don't like it, ship your ass back to England. You don't have to announce your departure. Deport yourself. Go back to where you came from, because this isn't your fucking land. It belonged to the Native Americans until we shit on it. And then Andrew Jackson, may he rot in hell, made over 300 treaties with the 5 tribes. And he ignored all of them through the Trail of Tears, and we forced them to walk, and 16,000 died. But hey, don't you dare criticize this country, white man. If you don't like it, you can leave. America's the best of the best of the best. You don't have fucking concepts of brains like you have concepts of what history is. This country has been a shitty country for everybody that doesn't look like me.
oh,
And now what you're seeing with a podcaster, even though 47,000 people died from gun violence, the white people finally got a fraction of an inch of what a black person has dealt with since the fucking beginning of this experiment.
emphasize fraction of an inch.
And now you guys, oh, the rapture is coming. Oh, put Charlie's name's Kirk on a Starbucks. Oh my God, cancel Starbucks.
And yeah, I did notice that the rapture was supposed to come at some random date like 2 weeks ago, right after the pew pew of Dr. So-and-so, Dr. CK. Yeah, well, all of a sudden, because your leader who basically spoke on your behalf, and yeah, I'm going in because I saw all the comments that I made in the CK, and I just needed to thank you guys for showing your asses for who all of you really are. So yeah, this spot's for you, guy. This spot's for you. Yeah, drink it up. Drink up smooth. Drink up slow, because yeah, we're just getting started.
Oh, this is the Great Awakening. Jesus is coming. He spoke to me. Jesus didn't speak to you after Ahmaud Arbery was chased down by 3 white supremacists? U.S. citizens, by the way. God didn't speak to you then? How about Uvalde, when the cops sat on their asses for an hour and watched children just fucking get murdered? God didn't speak to you then? How about 2 weeks before the podcaster, 6-year-olds were gunned down in a church, praying with Bibles and 10 Commandments on the wall? God didn't speak to you then?
And they were praying white Jesus. White Jesus can save them? What happened?
Oh, all of a sudden you want to weaponize the name of God because your white privilege got shit on. And even when you hear this, your little fucking fragile brains can't even handle the truth. Because you're so fucking racist. That's what this is about. It's not about taxes or tips or making your life better or universal health care or bringing the price of your housing down. They haven't done shit in this Klan administration. Not a goddamn thing. Except for sit on his fat ass in Gulf and rename the Gulf of Mexico and shit on non-white people. And you're like, yeah, praise Jesus. Woo, praise Jesus. Yeah, America first. And your dumbasses don't even realize that the U.S. dollar has gone down by 17%.
Uh-oh. He's mentioning numbers. He's mentioning facts. He's mentioning stuff that actually matters, like the devaluation of the dollar, the devaluing of the dollar. But no, but my whiteness is preserved, right? As long as my whiteness is preserved, then what else matters if we don't get health care? What matters if we don't get good, high-speed rail? Hell, right now we are facing a government shutdown mainly because the conservatives want to end Obamacare, and not that I'm the biggest fan of it, but they basically are threatening access to millions of rural residents, and for those who still get access, they are basically going to threaten them with doubling their premium tax cost. That's what the shutdown's all about. Let's just be honest.
That all your trade partners are not using us anymore.
Oh.
And then at some point, when the debt is cashed in from Canada and China and Japan, they're going to cash it in and the dollar's going to tank. But
oh, wait. I bet a lot of these conservatards did not know about that. Those maggots, they'll tell you about all this culture war crap. They'll tell you about what tranny went into the freaking bathroom, kid's bathroom, or what feminists said this week, or who's sleeping with who in some interracial couple crap. But they won't talk to you about how Canada, China, and Japan are basically holding the keys between Americans' demise, particularly the dollar's demise. No, they won't tell you about that. That's too advanced for them.
At least to own the libs. America first, America first.
Own the libs.
You don't even take care of America first. 36.8 million people live in poverty. 14 million kids go to school hungry.
Oh.
46,000 people die every year for gun violence. Not a fucking thing from you pro-life people.
Mm-mm.
But Charlie Kirk, a podcaster, oh, it's the Great Awakening. You are what's wrong with this country. You're selfish. You're racist. You're white supremacist. You're misogynist. You voted for a Klan leader that is an adjudicated rapist. He fucking raped women, and you're like, hey, no one's perfect. Did you vote for Hitler? Hey, no one's perfect. I like his tax plan. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein's done some bad things, but I think, you know what? I don't vote for the man. I vote for the policy. No tax on tips. No one's perfect. Praise Jesus. You have no morality.
While most of these photos work at Walmart or some crap like that, or Amazon, or some. I'm not shitting on everyone who works there, but yeah, we all know what time it is.
And you just want white America. Until we deal with this problem, nothing will change. And the reason it hasn't is because people that look like me are still, right now, hiding behind your privilege. And last week, you saw those people, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your high school people that you don't talk to, they scurried out like a bunch of fucking cockroaches. Oh, Charlie Kirk, podcaster. Nothing, not a goddamn thing about anything else that this guy's done. Not the rape, not the insurrection, not the felonies, not asking for black people to be executed in New York, not the white supremacy, not insulting women, calling them ugly, not a goddamn thing. But the white podcaster, somehow, that's a bridge too far, and I'm just going to have to correct you. That is why we're here.
Oh.
They were fine with everybody else getting treated like crap. But until something touched their white privilege, then they cared. They're not Christians. They're not people of faith. They're modern-day Pharisees. They are the remnants of the lost cause. And that point in time is where we failed as a country. Robert E. Lee was a piece of shit slave owner. May he rot in hell. But to them, the lost cause, oh, it was about states' rights. No, it wasn't. Mississippi said, We want to keep slavery because the black man, in their words, the Negro, are the only people that can work in the tropical sun. And it will be detrimental to the commerce of the states if it's done. So basically, their stance was God made black people to serve the white man. Does that sound like a states' rights issue? Does it? But instead of accepting it, you guys lied to yourself. And then once again, 2020, oh no, it was rigged. Did you see Martin Luther King go to violence? Rosa Parks? John Lewis? But the white man lost an election and they believed the lie, so they get away with beating officers with American flagpoles. They're patriots, but if you kneel before a flag peacefully, you're a son of a bitch. Funny how that
Colin Kaepernick
works. Make America white again. Until we deal with this, we will never get out of this. And if it has to burn to the ground, then so be it. Because this is why we're here. This is the only reason we're here. And if you want to go back to the economics part, that's cool. But go look at the Hurricane Katrina documentary. You know what happened? Certain parts, when they were rebuilt after the flooding, they were primarily black. You know what happened? The white man raised the rent by 2 and 3 times. What do you think happened to those black communities? Oh yeah, I'll let you know. Spoiler alert, it turned to a white community. Why? Because they didn't want to pay black people a fair wage. So when you say,
especially in Louisiana,
I don't have privilege, fuck off. Have you had to give a talk to your kid? Have you had your house redlined? Was your house valued more? Were you called the N-word? Did you have to give your kid the talk? Then fuck off with your white privilege. Just because you're poor doesn't mean you don't have privilege. It means that you're treated differently than everybody else. That's what white privilege is. And you can shove it up your ass. Have a white day.
All right, so shout out to him. We got one more video on this, and this one is really going to trigger a lot of the maggots because he is basically going to dissect the obsession with victimhood. I'm not going to say white. I'm going to say conservative MAGA victimhood. And I guess he's a 49ers fan, so he probably lives in the Bay Area or somewhere in California, so that probably explains his political leaning. But let's let the man continue to cook.
Something I hear a lot and ask a lot is, why do white people need to be the victim? Look at something like Lincoln Riley, okay? Over 40,000 people died from gun violence. Why her? Because it was a brown person. It allows them to tap into their white fragility. Do they have the same outrage about Ahmaud Arbery? No. Look at the racist podcaster who was the victim of a school shooting. Oh my gosh, put his name on a coffee cup and say his name. My church won't say it. They won't say his name of the racist podcaster. He was a podcaster.
Oh my god. All you guys are like, say his name. Say his name, say his name, say his name. Are you all becoming homo now? Is this... Come on, at least say no homo. At least. Because all you guys want to say is another dude's name. A dead dude's name. I mean, really, let the man rest.
That's it. It allows them to be the white victim. Over 40,000 people die every year from gun violence. Over 500 mass shootings. Children are identified by dental records, but the white person needs to be the victim. Starbucks cups, right? How dare we say happy holidays? It's a war on Christianity, critical race theory. You're making the white kids feel bad. It's indoctrination, Confederate statues. You're taking away our history. Of what? Of racism and white supremacy? Police brutality. The cops are the real victims. Yeah, maybe you should go watch the video of George Floyd and how he just stood there, or Uvalde, where they sat on their fat ass for an hour and watched children get shot. Me too. Defending women. Oh, it's a witch hunt against men. Affirmative action. It's just discriminating against white kids. January 6th, they're political prisoners. And we can do this on and on and on and on. Drag shows. Oh my gosh, it's indoctrination. You literally teach your kids from a book where Noah has sex with his daughters in a cave where they crucify a man and stab him with a spear. But somehow, a drag show.
Let's be honest. Some of these guys, they when it comes to their daughters, you never know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't know what they fantasize about, and some of them actually partake in that because with the way some of these MAGA women or conservative women are moving, I would not be surprised if some of that was done. Not even against I'm against those who force their daughters to partake in such things, but to some of these maggots, some of these MAGA girls, I wonder if it was through consent. I'm just saying, all these daddy-daughter fantasies I keep seeing on certain websites, you never know.
Because it's not about that. Why do they need to be the victim? Because that's the real question. When you're at the top, like the white man has been for so long, and you feel that your leverage, your power, your superiority is going away, because of diversity, because you see women in places of leadership, because you might see a Hispanic flag or an Indian flag in this melting pot of a country, you think that your version of America is going away. So what you do is you act like a little toddler you see at Chili's, right?
Chili's!
And they're screaming and yelling and tears and boogers are coming out of their nose. And why? Because they need...
You should have said Cracker Barrel. I mean, Chili's is too high class for them. I wouldn't even said freaking Applebee's. I would have said freaking Cracker Barrel just to rub it in their faces.
To be the center of attention. That's what you saw on something like January 6th. They need to be the center of attention. And that's what this white supremacist Klan leader ran on. The brown people, your version of America. I just want them here legally. Oh, wait, so someone that's been here for 40 years, you want them here legally, then fix the system.
And Cole, you want certain minorities who will kiss your ass, who hate black people, and who will suck the peen of incels. That's what they mean. That's what they really mean by illegally. Those are the only immigrants they will even consider keeping. Everyone else, they can kick out.
But at the
that's even better than the fate that they have for blacks. Let's just be honest.
Same time, you're fine voting for a white man who was born here, who's a felon, an adjudicated rapist, tax fraud, cheats on his wife, molests little girls on Epstein Island. Somehow that's okay if they're homegrown, because it was never about that. It's been about maintaining whiteness. And anything that even resembles their white privilege being taken away, they're going to lose their minds. And that's...
like universal health care, like affordable schools or free schools, like fair and integrated neighborhoods where there is basically no crime anywhere, like, I don't know, public mass transit where you can get anywhere without a car. Oh, wait, like a true meritocratic society where people actually get paid by what they do instead of who they know or whose ass they kiss and what skin color. Oh, yeah, that's... Dude, let's not talk about those things. Even though those things would actually solve a lot of economical issues. It would make this country a lot more fair for a lot more people and eradicate a lot more poverty, even on the trailer trash side of things.
That's exactly what happened with the racist podcaster. For once in their miserable lives, their white privilege got shit on.
You mean chat. I'm just trying to correct you.
They felt like what it's like to be treated like the people that they treated poorly.
Oh.
And they went back to what they know, being the victim, right? Oh, we have to put him on an airplane, and the vice president has to come, and we have to put him up over here, and we have to have a memorial for him.
Okay, well, I'm not going to give my comments on the real reason why they place his body onto the vice president airplane. I think it's a bit more above what this channel should talk about, but I'm just going to let the rest of the people in the comment section give out their explanations and what they thought really happened anyway.
What about the 6-year-olds that were murdered at the Catholic Church? Why were their lives any less valuable? Why weren't they put on an airplane? Why wasn't Ahmaud Arbery have a bill passed? How about George Floyd police reform? You won't do that? Oh, wrong demographic. Oh, I got it. Okay. For the use that they say he was a criminal, fuck off. You voted for a rapist because it wasn't about that. You just want to demonize the black people, just like the white men viewed Ahmaud Arbery. He's a black person. He must be committing a crime if he's jogging.
Yep.
How dare he? If Ahmaud Arbery was a white man, do you think that those 3 hillbillies would have chased him down? Absolutely not.
Hell, if he was a Latino or Asian or Muslim in America, they would probably talk shit, but they wouldn't chase him down unless they would have fought back.
Because they saw the wrong demographic running down their neighborhood, so they assumed what a lot of white people do. And they took the law into their own hands because they thought that the white man would probably protect them and get them off. Just like the white people on January 6th. That's what being the white victim is. And that's what you see all across this country is a bunch of fake white Christians, Pharisees, who need to be the victim. And they justify everything that's immoral, right? Oh, it's abortion, it is gay people. That's their justification for voting for a rapist and a felon and the most morally bankrupt human being that's ever walked in this country. That's their justification, because they get to be the victim of whiteness. That's where we are. And once again, until we deal with white supremacy in this country, nothing's going to matter, because that's what this is. This white victimhood has to stop. The only demographic that hasn't been treated like shit in this country are 21-year-old land-owning white men, because that's how this country was designed.
Yeah. All right. So shout out to Paul Lance. He really went in on both these videos. These are just 2 of many videos that he cooks.
In my live last night, I had...
All right. I'm going to let you all go and watch the rest of his videos because, yeah, this guy does not hold back. You can call him a leftist. You can call him a liberal. You can call him a Democrat. I don't care what you call him. You can't call him pussy. You can't call him ballless because he, an individual who has benefited from how this country has been ran, how this country is operated, how this country has been built, he is going against the same people, and he is realizing that, yeah, the foundation of this country has been built on such ill intent. I'm not going to even say economic intent. It's ill intent, guys. Because if it was economic intent, then when slavery ended, then discrimination would have ended as well. Remember, slavery was in Britain and Canada. But after that ended, which was earlier, by the way, they didn't have this Jim Crow crap and this demonization crap and burning down black communities crap and trying to make communities and communitize with the welfare state crap and the hip-hop industry crap. They didn't do all that. They were like, all right, yeah, we got a few black people here in Canada, okay, about or Britain, and they're like, okay, so you can assimilate to us, or you can go, we'll send you back. They just did that. Simple as that. America? Oh no, we gotta poke the bear, 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 until you get Pookies and Ray Rays and Shenanigans. You made Frankensteins out of people. And now you're telling the rest of the world, oh, don't mess with those people. Do not mess with those people. Man, look. There are some countries that are eating the bullshit America gives about black people. South Korea, hook, line, and sinker. Not even the dudes in South Korea. The bitches, the women in South Korea. But yeah, the dudes were fine. I just visited there, and among other countries. And trust me, as a black man, if you're listening to this, do not take a solo trip to South Korea by yourself, a lone trip. If you go there, go there for the food and the tourism and the culture stuff, and do it as a cheap standby trip or in-between trip while you're in Japan, or while you're in the Philippines, or while you're in Thailand, or while you're even in Vietnam. Because I can tell you this, I was also in Vietnam and the Philippines, and especially in the case of the Philippines, and even in Vietnam, they aren't buying the BS that America is feeding them. They aren't. Hell, the Korean dudes aren't even buying the BS, partially because their women are just, oh man, I'm not going to get started. I'm not get started. That's another video. Anyway, about this guy. You maggots out there. You maggots. You CK worshippers. And I'm not saying what happened to him was right. He didn't deserve to die. He should be here this day, so we should be cooking his talking points. South Park should be cooking his talking points. Late night talk show hosts should be cooking CK's talking points. That's my world. That's the world I'd rather live in. But we don't get a perfect world. We don't get a decent world. Forget perfect. Decent world. Perfect world. CK would have shut his mouth, threw a freaking football like he actually can do, and, I don't know, be a second string quarterback in an NFL team right now. That's what he would have been doing in a perfect world. But yeah, no, we get grifters. We get people trying to, well, let's just be honest. When you have individuals who don't want to put themselves by their own bootstraps because they think, well, my grandpappy and my great-great-grandpappy and my great-great-great-grandpappy built this country and was on top of everyone else, so I should have the same benefit. And since I only have like 80% of the benefit, I'm going to throw a fit and I'm going to shoot schools and I'm going to well, shouldn't they shoot? Pow, you know. Rage quit, or throw bitch fits, or act childish, then, yeah, this is the country you get. And this dude, I mean, he's speaking nothing but facts. So, yeah, check him out. He has a long list of roasting. So you will not run out of content, to say the very least. Everyone else out there, always bet on X.